Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. I'm Fnan, that is Asha. We're here to talk about Real Housewives of New Jersey, episode 4. Let's get right into it. Oh, first off, let's start out with saying this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on our videos. Please please watch our videos from the top to the bottom. We've got a lot of powerful things we're going to say here in this episode. Stay tuned. All right, so let's get started. Beginning of this episode starts off with the boys coming back home from boys' night. They come back home, they're messed up. Their wives record videos of them coming back home. They're all pretty drunk. I didn't like Jackie's bedroom. I thought it was pretty nasty.
I agree.
And I thought it was kind of cute that the women reported their men come home drunk, and it was cute. All right, so after that, we move into Teresa's home. Louis talks about the night before and how chaotic her brother was after he confronted her brother about the podcast conversation. Melissa and Joe basically say that they're the reasons why they had money while Teresa was away. After that conversation, Bravo cuts to Joe, and Joe is building the home, or it looks like he's building the home, or paying people to build a home. And Melissa comes in to see what the home looks like. She likes it. I don't know why she's at a build with white shoes, but we move.
White shoes.
Joe downloads Melissa about boys' night, and he says that he yelled, and he basically admits to yelling at Louis. Melissa's confused. Joe downloads Melissa and basically says the reason why he freaked out was because of the podcast conversation that Louis brought up. Melissa doesn't understand how Louis is offended about the podcast material. Melissa is saying that the analogy, basically the thing that he's offended about is an analogy. And she says the food on the table was an analogy. But the thing is like, okay, that could be an analogy. Joe also said they had no income. Is that an analogy or is that a statement? All right, so then we pan back to Louis and Teresa. Teresa's very upset that her brother yelled at Louis, and Louis downloads Teresa about Joe being upset about Melissa's family not being invited to the wedding. She's confused why she would invite Melissa's family when she's not even close to Melissa. And she brings it back to why didn't they invite your family or Louis' family to Antonia's Sweet 16. Then Louis advises Teresa to call her brother because he feels bad for him, and basically he feels bad for him. But Teresa eventually calls her brother and asks if he will be coming to the housewarming party. Basically, she also is like trying to have him spit out the issue. She asks like, hey, how do you feel? Do you want to talk about how you're feeling? Joe kind of just says, no, I don't want to talk about how I'm feeling. I'm good. And she's like, do you want to make peace? He's like, yeah, let's make peace. They kind of end that conversation saying that they'll make peace, and he doesn't know if he'll be coming to the housewarming party or not. Teresa's like feels relieved after that phone call. I don't know if you noticed that, but like I felt that she felt relieved about the phone call. She was like, I can't believe he said I love you. That's what I guess at the end of the phone call he said that, and she felt relieved, and she probably felt that like they were good. They're not though. Back to Joe in the confessional. Joe is sharing that like he doesn't want to share his feelings because he just feels like he'll be gaslit. Both really just gaslight each other. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. What are your thoughts, Asha?
I feel as if they're just on two opposite sides, and one part was Joe. He just kept saying, "No talking anymore. Talking is when we start to fight." And I'm like, talking is actually when you resolve things. I feel like he's perpetuating this at this point because she's been extending an olive branch, and it may not be in the way that they like, but like at least she's doing it, and it's pretty big of her.
I agree. Absolutely, I agree. I don't know. Their relationship, I read something on Twitter that I didn't even like. It was clicking for me when I read it. Their relationship is kind of incestuous. Like it's a little bit giving that. I feel like Teresa really loves her brother so much, so but doesn't also realize that Joe doesn't fuck with her like that. Like I don't think Joe fucks with her like that. He's jealous of her, and you can see it. We pray for that relationship, child. I don't know. It's not looking very good so far though, child. Move to Dolores. She's having a conversation with her mother about her mother and her son about her mother's health. She has come to this realization that she cannot really control her mother's health, or she cannot control her mother and her diet. Her mother says that she's working on a diet, and she just is hoping for the best for that. And now she is also sharing with the family that she's establishing boundaries with Frank for Polly, which is really good to hear because, I have been grilling her, you have been grilling her that she needs to just establish boundaries with Frank because he is just all up in her ass. Did you have any thoughts about that? Sorry.
Mm-mm.
No? Okay, cool. Then we move to Jennifer. She is having a dinner with Bill. Bill is upset with Jennifer that she's kind of spoiling the kids a little bit more than usual, and she feels that she's doing this she's overcompensating because of what the kids went through last year, finding out that Bill cheated on Jennifer and how that was publicized and things of that nature. She doesn't think it's cool for Bill to be upset about her spoiling the kids because this is his fault. That's what she says. I don't agree. This is both of their faults. You're on a TV show. You're supposed to share your life. Like, Jennifer, this is a little bit on you too, honey. And then they bring up the same old thing where Bill is just not sticking up for her. And she's trying to make it clear for him that I need you to stick up for me.
Mm-hmm. Well, the one of the notes that I had was Bill's always trying to play devil's advocate. Please stand up for your wife.
All right.
So I don't know. I kind of see it from Jennifer's point of view. Like she just needs her husband to stick up for her more. Like he did like not really stick up for her at the reunion when she asked him to, and kind of hung her out to dry. So
Yeah, I think she is well within her right to just be like, dude, like stick up for me.
mm-hmm.
And I think he's just trying to like make things peaceful for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, dude, just stick up for your wife sometimes, dude. All right, so then we move to Rachel and Jen Fessler. They're hanging out. They have dinner together or lunch together, whatever they're having together, and they start talking about Jennifer Aiden and how she asked Rachel about her nose job the last time they all hung out. And Fessler's like, I would be very offended if Jennifer asked me something like that. Rachel's like, no, I'm fine. I'm an open book. But what I am offended by is like why Jennifer would try to talk mess about Marge to me.
No,
And
it's
Jennifer
Dolores.
also said, oh, about Dolores to me. And um, I guess Jennifer had reached out to apologize about the comment about the nose
Mm-hmm.
to Rachel, which sparked that. Jen Fessler is also saying the same thing, like, oh, she started talking mess about Jennifer to me, or started talking mess about Marge to me, and then Rachel's like, I just do not mess with this. Like, this is very high school, whatever. Like, this is Housewives. Like,
This is
we
Housewives.
do this. Like, we argue about petty shit. This is what housewives do. If you're not with it, you're not a housewife. And this is
Get off the
why
show.
you and Jen Fessler get 17 trillion thousand fucking chops for this fucking scene. Like, what a waste of my time, my precious time. And honestly, like you're saying this is high school shit. You doing this, you having this conversation with Jen Fessler is also high school shit. You dumb bitch.
Exactly.
Any
Exactly.
fucking ways. Did you have anything to say about that? These new bitches nasty to me. Anyways, go
I
ahead.
just think Jen's really funny for going to both of them for trying to talk shit about Marge and Dolores. I just think it's funny. That's all my thoughts.
17 trillion chops. I am not seeing it for you bitches. All right, so we move to the next scene. Marge and Dolores are hanging out. They're going to a gift shop to try to purchase a gift for Teresa's housewarming. Marge and Dolores are kind of hearing that Joe's a little upset with Teresa. They want the real tea, so they call Melissa. Melissa downloads Marge and Dolores about what's really happening with everybody, and she tells them that Joe and Teresa, or Joe's upset with Teresa because Teresa didn't invite Melissa's family to the wedding. Marge is like, how could she do that? How could she do that? Why would she do something like that? Like that hurts my heart for me. She says that
Like,
verbatim
stay out
in
of
that
it.
kind of tone. Okay. Right. Melissa shares that Joe doesn't want to come to the housewarming. And it sounds like honestly, Melissa's actually trying to get her brother to come to the housewarming. I feel, in my opinion. I really feel like that. She's trying to be a good mediator in this moment. She does not want this to be as messy as it is right now. What did you think about that scene?
I think Marge is a messy bitch, and like, why the fuck is she so mad that people she like, that's not her family, that's not invited to a wedding of someone else that's not her family? Like, mind your own goddamn business. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, she's so annoying. We move to the next scene, and the next scene is pretty much all of the show. Sorry. They're at Teresa's housewarming party. It's cute, right? Like I thought it was cute. Like I love the bubbles. Like it was really cute. So we cut to that, and then we get to Melissa getting her makeup done, and she gets a call from Joe about basically him not wanting to come to the housewarming party. In his confessional, he shares he doesn't think he should go because he doesn't think Teresa would want him there. And he doesn't want to be uncomfortable. Like he hates being in a space where he doesn't feel like welcomed. And he feels like it's mind games that he's playing with Teresa at this point. Okay. Teresa gets a text from her brother saying that he's not coming. She tells her family, like Louie and her two daughters. The nieces are a little bit annoyed about it. They're all pretty disappointed. Melissa shares that she's going to be going, but she's upset that Joe is not going because it's just going to get into this. It's going to get into this narrative for Teresa where it's going to build something for Teresa to be upset about. Basically,
Yeah,
the girls start coming in. Jennifer comes in. She brings a tree of her family, which is a cute ass gift.
it was
Like I was
really
like,
cute.
my daughter is so thoughtful. I guess the loser girls, Rachel and Fessler, called Marge during their hangout. Bravo cuts to them hanging out to their hangout from the previous scene. Okay, so let's just talk about how Melissa's upset, Joe is not coming, how the girls are feeling, and how Teresa's feeling. Like, what are your opinions about that?
I thought it was really awkward when the girls came in, and like, well, I thought it was awkward when Melissa was talking to them.
Wait,
I
wait,
thought was
wait. We're not there yet.
I know. That's why I'm going back. So when they first came in, I was thinking about like how they were talking about why do they care, like if Melissa's, family's there, like do they not care about your happiness? And I'm like, no, literally, like if and that's what I've been saying this entire like season is like if Teresa doesn't want you there, she doesn't want you there. And that's something you're gonna have to accept. You can't bully her into inviting people she doesn't want to invite. It is a cute party, and I feel bad that they're disappointed in Joe, but also like not really because Joe's acting like a dumb piece of shit. So
Yeah, I didn't like that Teresa started talking shit about their uncle to Melania. Like, I don't mind her doing that with Gia. Like, I don't know. I've been going to a lot of therapy, and it was giving like a lot of codependency to me when Teresa was just like outing like a lot of adult conversations to was it Melania? to her
Yeah.
or to the younger daughter. Like I guess with
Mhm.
Gia, it's okay because she's adult. She's an adult now. She could probably
Mhm.
handle it. But I'm not. I don't. I was kind of like annoyed that Teresa did that. Like you want to make sure you keep your the family in a good light until they're actually adults to have real
Absorb
opinions
it.
about things. You know.
Yeah.
I was a I was a little bit disappointed about that, but yeah, I just feel like Joe needs like his dick sucked. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's very like incestuous to me. Like their relationship. Like he wants Teresa to be all up in his ass, beg him to come to this housewarming party for him to feel needed and wanted to be there. And it's just like
Right.
Teresa's
Like, get over
not that way.
yourself.
Um,
And
if
you
she
know
didn't
that.
want you there, she wouldn't invite you there. Like, period,
Yeah.
straightforward. Like, she wouldn't want you there. I just don't understand why he's taking so much offense to Melissa's family not being invited. I don't know. It's just weird. The fact that, like, there's some ghetto shit happening behind me. I don't know if you can hear it, but, like, there's some, like, cars backing up and this. I don't know what's happening, but can you guys fucking stop? Hopefully these people cannot hear, but if they can, I'm sorry, guys. It's a lot of ghetto shit happening behind me. All right, so we move into the next scene. Melissa arrives. Frank is not there. Frank is not at the housewarming for some meeting reason. I don't know who has a
Mhm.
meeting in the evening, but okay.
Mhm.
And then that kind of opens up a conversation from Rachel because I guess they cut to Dolores and all of them all being together, and um, Rachel shares that like, yeah, Dolores, Frank told me that he's not really he misses the dynamic that he has with you, Dolores, and I'm just like that's so weird. Why does she know that? And like, why is she sharing that with you,
Mhm.
Dolores? But I love that Dolores is like, I don't care. I have been there. I have let this man who has done me so dirty be, I've let him be in my family for so long and I've accepted so much. I've kind of overcompensated so much for him. This is my
Yeah.
time and I'm going to be with Polly. And she sets that boundary and she doesn't care. And I love that. I need more of that from you, Dolores. Like, step into that, stand up. And I love that. Okay, so then we cut to Melissa talking to her nieces, and it was like such an awkward exchange, and I feel like it was an awkward exchange because maybe the girls were expecting for Melissa to like maybe apologize about the podcast conversation which happened in the like like days earlier.
Mhm.
And then she also shares in her confessional that her nieces probably hate her because of Teresa, and it's kind of tea. Like they probably do not fuck with you, Melissa. Sorry.
Yeah, they don't.
And then we get to Caroline wanting to bring Tupperware to take food back home. Like literally, you are a loser. This explains why she's a loser to me, Asha. I'm sorry.
Caroline?
Like, is that her name? Or Danielle? Sorry, excuse me.
Danielle?
Danielle is a loser to me. I'm sorry. I just want to share that. This is like my opinion. Why do you want to bring Tupperware to a housewives event?
Because they
You're
had
a
a lot of food
loser. You're
there.
a bum. You're a loser. You're a bum and have no money. You should not be a housewife. Okay, we cut to Teresa and Louis. They're doing a speech, and Teresa says that everyone here is her chosen family. And all of the girls take that as a dig towards Melissa and Joe. Well, not all of the girls.
Mhm.
Marge and Melissa take that as a dig. And we cut to Melissa being upset, and she runs to the bathroom and starts crying. What are your thoughts about all that?
That it's stupid and like like really we're mad about that. The people there are her chosen family. Like that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So I don't really like know what you want from her. It's like anything Teresa says, they get mad. They're always checking for it. So like nothing they say will like ever satisfy them.
Yeah, I just feel like that shouldn't have been taken so personally because, like, literally, She invited Joe to come. If Joe had been there, that comment would have been towards him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's as simple as that, but you bitches want
Mm-hmm.
to make it something it really isn't. And Melissa, like, crying over that. Like, dude, maybe
I'm just
she
over
does
this
feel
fight.
upset. Maybe she is upset that Joe is not there. I think she really is. I mean, she was trying to get him to come. And I think she really wanted him there because of the nieces. Like, they really, I think, I think the nieces for the most part love Joe. They don't mess with Melissa, but I feel like they really love Joe, and she's upset that he's not there for his nieces.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. All right, so we move to back to Melissa. She shares that she's upset from the comment Teresa says because she's been there from the beginning. Again, she's not saying this comment towards you, Melissa. She
Exactly. You're like
literally
taking it too
says
literally.
that you are chosen family. You are
Yeah,
reaching. You are
you
literally
literally
reaching.
are. You're literally not blood, so you are chosen family. Like someone chose
You're
you to be
literally
a family with.
you're literally reaching right now. You're trying to make it be something it's not. Like,
Mm-hmm.
shut up. She's like trying to make it seem like Teresa doesn't fuck with her. Literally, she invited you there. Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then we cut to Melissa talking to Jackie. She tells Jackie that she told Danielle that Jackie was talking shit about her and her clothing. All of a sudden, Danielle comes up to Jackie and confronts her. I know this is so funny because Jackie and Danielle's exchange was kind of like, I don't know, it was so
Stupid.
Karen-like to me, like the way that Jackie was responding to
She was like, if you're not gonna say
Danielle.
sorry, and I was like, why the fuck would Danielle say sorry?
Yeah, but
Are you dumb?
Danielle was not very good in her exchange with Jackie either. Like the way that Danielle walked off, like you didn't say anything powerful. Like you did not
But
you're a
just like
loser
throwing
still.
out like, if you're not gonna say sorry, then I'm not gonna talk to you, as if like Danielle wants to talk to her anyway. Bitch, you're a friend of. I don't give a fuck about
She
you.
is a friend of, but Danielle looked like a loser still. Jackie did too, but like that whole exchange was
What,
so stupid and elementary to me. And I was like, y'all are not even housewives. Like, okay.
we can
All
agree to
right.
disagree.
So I was just like, no, it was a flop of a confrontation. You just said that. What?
For Jackie.
No, even for Danielle, she literally walked away. She didn't even clock Jackie. She said, get your hands out of my face. And she was like, and that was that. Okay, we'll move. All right. Okay, so then Jackie is wanting to have a shot with Jennifer. Marge runs over like a fucking loser. She's like, oh my god, she called you a snob. And Jackie was like, yeah, I am. We move. Uh, that's not that bad of a thing for me to say, for someone to say about me. And like, Marge is trying to be a mean girl. Anyways, we
Yeah.
moved to Marge and Jennifer having a conversation about why Jennifer was talking bad about Marge to Jen Kessler or Fessler, whatever her last name is, loser. Jennifer clarifies that she was looking for a counselor through her and then ended up having a conversation about Marge to her. And Jennifer says that, like, Jen Fessler was not defending Marge at all. Like, she was sitting there
Mm-hmm.
listening. So, huh. Then Rachel all of a sudden comes out of nowhere, starts defending Marge by going at it with Jennifer about how she started talking about Dolores
Yeah.
at the get together. And then Jennifer was like, I was giving you history and said this is not for you to get involved. And clocked Rachel like the loser she is. I'm being biased right now, but hello.
Mm.
And then it gets heated and Jennifer calms down and um basically everyone shuts up so that Jennifer can actually share exactly what happened with Rachel, which was crazy because the way Jennifer says all this was insane. So Jennifer says she called Rachel to apologize about talking about her horrible nose job because she also had a horrible nose job, and to download her about what happened with Marge, or what the history with Marge. Then Rachel clarifies and says, yeah, she didn't try to get me in the middle of you two, but I just didn't want to hear that information. She didn't want to hear about anything negative about Marge. Then Rachel leaves like the loser she is, and that's the end of the show. But what did you have to say about all that?
I don't really have any thoughts on that. Most of my notes were just saying that I'm like so over this fight between Jen and Marge. Like, who cares? You guys just like don't like each other. Like, it's fine. It's all good. And
They're
then Jen and
so annoying.
Rachel bored. One of my notes was, why are we all yelling? And then the terrible nose job comment was kind of funny. But yeah, I thought I was just kind of like, I don't know. This episode was like entertaining, but it was also like kind of boring for me as well.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, I
It's
think
repetitive.
you're at this point, you're over Teresa and Joe like arguing, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
see, like I'm over that shit too. Did you have like any other existing thoughts that you wanted to share? I don't really have anything. I feel like I shared everything
No, I think I shared
in my
everything too.
storytelling.
Yeah. No, I feel like your storytelling was really good, and I guess we'll just have to wait for next week because yeah, the last like 15 minutes of this episode I did not care. Okay, to be
Yeah,
completely
it
honest.
was the way that Bravo edited it. The way that Bravo edited this, the end of the show with Jennifer getting into it with everybody, it was just so choppy, and it was like hard for
Mhm.
me to even keep up with. But I'm excited for the next episode because I don't know. I love when Jen and Marge get into it. Like I'm not tired of yet. I will get tired of
Yeah.
it, but I'm not tired of that yet because I feel like Jennifer eats Marge up, and then sometimes Marge eats Jennifer up, and
It's
that's
a
gonna be
tit
a
for
moment.
tat. Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that is that for this episode. We'll be back next week with episode 5 thoughts. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Yeah, we can't wait to see you next time. And thank you so much for watching, and thanks for your support. And yeah, bye. Love y'all.
Bye.
Ew, not me doing this.